I'll say this. I take solace in the fact that there's basically no problem right now that couldn't theoretically be solved by like 50 peasants with a bunch of rifles.
I do feel bad that I didn't explain any of the kind of like left-wing accelerationist stuff, which is interesting, but I'm not going to.
This is my problem with all this.
There's stuff there.
I know, but this is my problem, I got to say, with like a lot of this kind of stuff.
People to think it's just right-wing, because it's not just right-wing.
I get it. I'm
just apologizing for myself.
I'm not even taking issue with that. My thing is like, what does this mean in the, Jeffrey Epstein famously would say when being lectured about scientific concepts, I don't mean it the way he meant it, but he would say, what's this got to do with pussy? And I don't mean it like that. No. I'm not saying what's this got to do with pussy because frankly, from the people that I've seen who subscribe to this stuff, not a lot. But I mean it in the sense like, what does this like mean in the real world, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's like my something that I've just never really like gotten into a lot of philosophy. I mean, I do read some of it, but you know what I mean? It is like, and that's why I have trouble taking seriously like a movement like left accelerationism, because it's like, well, what are you doing in the real world? Like, what are you touching? What are you feeling? Like, or is this just a retreat from politics that's masquerades as politics? Because I do think that a lot of people's politics are that. Because like there are real movements in the real world that like really try to contest real power, and I feel like a lot of people started retreating from that in the 1990s. Well, actually,
that was like
before then.
Badiou's like real criticism. He wrote that great anti
and that's a guy I read a lot.
Guattari piece, "The Fascism of the Potato."
Yeah, I never read that, but I really like that
originally
title.
Was like I believe this. I haven't read this stuff in a very long time. I mean, Badiou is like the real badass of the 90s.
He's the only guy that I've ever. I remember I got a copy of I think it's like the Communist Idea or whatever that book.
Mm-hmm. The Communist Hypothesis.
Communist Hypothesis, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, I guess it's
the translation.
Same thing. Yeah, that's straight facts.
But The Fascism of the Potato is really funny, and I think he first published it under a different name, like a fake name, because he was afraid of the backlash. But it was him attacking the idea of the rhizome and a lot of the stuff that you're precisely talking about, because Badiou was, of course, he was defending his Maoism.
And like, listen, I don't begrudge anybody anything they're interested in, right? Like, that's actually so not true.
You can get freaky with whoever.
Craziest haters in history.
You are the biggest hater.
So many people.
You're so much. I'm not even going to tell people how much of a hater you are, because you said a crazy hater thing to me yesterday.
What are you referencing? Can you?
No, you acknowledge your own hater aid with it.
What did I say? Oh, I did say a crazy hater thing to you yesterday.
But it was like so typical hater. But you acknowledged it.
I acknowledged that I was just being a hater, but I'm a hater. I can't stop it. I'm a hater. And I got haters. I've got so many haters. You listeners would not be able to imagine the sheer number and volume of haters that I have, but I love my haters.
My haters are my waiters.
They are. They
at
are.
the table of success.
Speaking of, Eric Adams was supposed to be arrested yesterday, and it did not happen. That was the rumor, and I'm very disappointed it didn't. But I will say this. I'm like, if that's something that's just like bothered me always. I'm like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing this afternoon?
Me?
Not you. I'm with you this afternoon. We're quickly descending into evening. But to in general, what are you doing this afternoon?
Yeah.
And I feel like the EAC people have answered this. I'm in the Twitter space pumping my AI ChatGPT 4 wrapper.
They're in the arena trying things.
They're in the arena trying things.